What if the human brain is capable of abilities far beyond anything modern science can explain? What if pain, loss, and trauma don't just break us, but awaken something hidden deep inside the mind? For thousands of years, humanity has spoken of prophets, seers, and individuals who could see beyond time itself. And among them, one name has endured longer than almost any other: Nostradamus. In the 16th century, Nostradamus made predictions so disturbing, so precise, that they terrified Europe. He famously foretold the violent death of King Henry II, killed during a jousting accident when a lance pierced his eye. When the prophecy came true, people didn't celebrate him, they feared him. Crowds burned his writings in the streets. They believed his words were cursed, even dangerous. Yet after his death in 1566, something extraordinary happened. His prophecies spread across the world. People began to believe he had predicted the rise of Napoleon, the emergence of Adolf Hitler, and even the tragic death of Princess Diana. But Nostradamus never claimed he was born with the ability to see the future. According to his own writings, his gift arrived suddenly, later in life. Before becoming a prophet, he was a physician and chemist, traveling across Europe to fight the plague. During this time, tragedy struck him with unimaginable force. His wife died. His 2 children died. Alone, devastated, and emotionally shattered, Nostradamus vanished from historical records. For nearly 6 years, he disappeared. No letters, no writings, no explanation. When he returned, he was no longer the same man. Something had changed. Many believe that the shock, grief, and trauma he experienced triggered what can only be described as a psychic awakening. A switch inside his brain may have been flipped. But could trauma really unlock hidden abilities of the human mind? Modern science suggests it might be possible. February 2012, a 21-year-old college student named Ben McMahon is driving home one afternoon when a semi-truck runs a red light and crashes directly into his car. The impact is devastating. Ben falls into a coma. When he wakes up a week later, doctors and family members are stunned. Ben begins speaking fluent Mandarin, not broken phrases, not memorized sentences, fluent Mandarin. The shocking part? He had only casually studied the language years earlier in high school. Doctors diagnosed him with a rare condition caused by traumatic brain injury, sometimes called foreign language syndrome. And Ben's case is not unique. There are documented cases of people who, after severe brain trauma, suddenly develop extraordinary abilities. Some gain perfect memory. Others suddenly understand complex mathematics. Some master musical instruments with no prior training. The brain, it seems, is capable of far more than we understand. Scientists admit that while we know the basics of how neurons fire and communicate, we still cannot explain consciousness itself, our thoughts, emotions, creativity, and sense of self. This raises a profound question. What if prophets and seers were not genetically different from us? What if they simply accessed parts of the brain most humans never do? In the 20th century, researchers began studying something controversial: extrasensory perception, or ESP. ESP includes telepathy, the ability to communicate mind to mind, clairvoyance, receiving information from distant places, precognition, perceiving future events, and psychokinesis, influencing physical matter with the mind. While many scientists dismiss these ideas, others argue the evidence deserves serious attention. In fact, government took the idea so seriously enough to fund secret research. During the Cold War, the United States launched a classified program known as the Stargate Project. The goal was simple and terrifying: use people with psychic abilities as spies. Remote viewers were trained to locate objects, people and military targets thousands of miles away using only their minds. Under the administration of Jimmy Carter, remote viewers were reportedly used to locate a downed Soviet aircraft in Africa. The program ran for decades before being declassified. If it was nonsense, why invest millions of dollars for so long? Meanwhile, researchers began discovering something even stranger. The human body emits light. Tiny particles called photons are constantly released from our cells. Normally, this light is extremely weak, but during deep meditation or heightened states of awareness, photon emission can increase dramatically. Some scientists believe this explains why ancient cultures described enlightened beings as glowing. Moses, descending from Mount Sinai, was said to shine with light. Celtic legends speak of luminous beings called the Shining Ones. Ancient gods across cultures are described as radiant. Could these stories be symbolic or literal? Some researchers suggest that heightened consciousness may cause the brain and body to emit measurable energy. This brings us to one of the most controversial ideas of all. What if the human brain itself was altered long ago? The human neocortex, the part responsible for logic, language, and consciousness, appeared suddenly in evolutionary history around 200,000 years ago. Scientists still don't know exactly how or why. Ancient extraterrestrial theorists propose a radical explanation. What if extraterrestrials influenced human DNA? What if psychic abilities, precognition, and telepathy were not accidents, but intentional features? If extraterrestrials communicate through telepathy, as many claim, then enhanced consciousness might be the key to contact. Even today, individuals who practice deep meditation describe entering states where time feels different, where information seems to arrive without logic, where the mind feels connected to something greater. So what does all of this mean? Are psychic abilities the next stage of human evolution? Can trauma unlock dormant powers within the brain? Or are these abilities already present in all of us, waiting to be activated? Perhaps Nostradamus didn't see the future because he was chosen. Perhaps his suffering opened a door. And maybe, just maybe, the human brain is only beginning to reveal what it is truly capable of.